Well, hello there, motherfuckers. And I've got to do another rant here on this, supposed brand split that they're going to do. It's confirmed already. Um, I got a list here of problems I have with the draft. Now, a lot of people are saying that, that I'm being too negative, that, once again, I'm bullshitting, that someone told me that there was a poll that people said that they liked the brand split. And I'm calling bullshit right now on that. People did not like it, and we're going to get to that. So, got a couple of reasons here why I think that the draft, the brand split, the brand extension, whatever the fuck it's called, is going to suck dick. Number one, Raw is too long. How the fuck are they gonna do this? So we're gonna have live SmackDown on Tuesday. SmackDown's gonna be live now. Raw is gonna be 3 hours live. So you're gonna just oversaturate people. See, back in the day when Raw and SmackDown, the ratings used to be pretty much equivalent. Both of those shows were 2 hours, and you had some time to recover. Raw was on Monday, SmackDown was on Thursday, and the thing is, it didn't even matter that SmackDown was taped because people were watching it. Like the SmackDown that I always talk about that beat must see TV. That was a taped show, so it doesn't matter if it was taped or live. People keep using this excuse. Raw is always live, and their ratings are shit. They're getting 2.2s. So this argument about all SmackDown's got to do is go live, and that's gonna help them out. That's fucking bullshit right there. Um, this is too much. First, you're gonna have 5 hours of programming to watch, 2 days in a row, and then think about it. When there's a pay-per-view, there's gonna be 3 hours of the pay-per-view. Then the next, which is always on Sunday, on Monday, 3 hours of Raw. That's 6 hours there. And you're not done yet because Tuesday you gotta watch SmackDown, motherfuckers. Add on 2 more hours to that. 8 hours. In the span of less than 3 days, you will consume 8 hours of WWE fucking bat guano bullshit programming. 8 hours. Can you imagine that? Living in the magical WWE land for 8 fucking hours. Holy fucking shit. And the product is not even good. They're supposed to, well, it's going to get better. How many times have they said that? And once again, fans, you want to come at me and bash me because I said Roman Reigns sold during a match. You guys are going to be the blind followers and say, oh, the brand splits. 5 years ago, people couldn't wait to get rid of it. And you people are getting down on your hands and knees thanking McMahon for bringing back an unsuccessful storyline and formula that everybody disliked. So as I'm going to say, Raw is too long because, it's going to be like SmackDown. I don't know. Still more people are going to watch Raw. It doesn't matter because people have been programmed over the years, because it brings me to my next point. Raw is too superior. After all the years of them saying SmackDown is the B show, SmackDown is the B show, when they had that pay-per-view bragging rights, they kept on throwing that idea down people's throats. Remember, that was the whole height of the brand extension. They did a whole pay-per-view bragging rights where it would be Raw versus SmackDown. And guess what? They had it in people's heads that Raw was superior. They made the Raw guys beat the shit out of the SmackDown guys, and it was sad. It's not like they were trying to even make it even. It's like it's their own show, and they were still making the Raw guys look more powerful, more skilled than the SmackDown guys. It's like they fucking fucked up their own show, making Raw look so superior to it. So I don't understand. Now we're supposed to forget And we got to reprogram ourselves to actually believe that SmackDown is not the B show. All of a sudden, they had a chance already to revitalize SmackDown. They made the big decision, put it back on Thursday nights. You put it back on Thursday nights, and the ratings, if anything, went even lower. So how are we supposed to even believe that they are actually going to commit to this show? I mean, they've done everything under the sun to try to change SmackDown without actually changing it. My next reason is there's not enough big stars. There's not enough big stars. I mean, who do you got who are the top guys now? They're bringing back Cena, Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, John Cena, and besides those four guys right there, you ain't got anybody else. Dude, people are getting excited. Oh, Sami Zayn's finally gonna be a main eventer. Yeah, whatever show he's main eventing, Raw or SmackDown, that's gonna be the show that people are switching the dial on. I'm telling you, I've said it time and time again. A guy like Kevin Owens, the guy is a talented guy. He shows personality, but he's not ready to lead the show at all. Now, they could do something smart. Bray Wyatt is coming back. They could make this guy a main eventer. People are talking about 2 titles. This fucking shit's hurting my fucking brain already. 2 titles. We couldn't wait to get it down to 1 title. This is what I'm saying, revisionist history, people. As I said in my last video, it's like everybody wanted the World Heavyweight Championship to go away because we knew that was the secondary title. People were complaining, oh, they gave Dolph Ziggler the World Heavyweight title. That's the secondary title. That's the SmackDown title. That's not the real title. The WWE title is the real title. And that's why you notice that when they merged the 2 belts together, they stuck with the WWE championship. And, they didn't make a whole new championship. That just showed that Raw was always superior. And that's how they always thought about it. So now, it's like, unless they do this really strategically, there's not enough big stars. Splitting these guys up, they have a thin pool of talent. It's not enough. They could do certain things, but really it's like they haven't even taken the time to build up these stars. Dolph Ziggler is a jobber, and who else do they got? They've got Enzo and Cass. They could be big stars, but they're not taking the necessary steps they're not ready yet to do this brand split. They need to establish who the big stars are going to be. And they've got like less than 2 months to do this. They've got like a month and a half. Like that's pretty much the approximate time they've got left to do it. And they don't have these stars established. I mean, for God fucking sakes, the ratings are at a 2.2. Obviously, not enough people are invested in these characters to do a big change up like this. In order to think about when they had the brand split the first time, Stone Cold was there, The Rock was there, Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall. They had all these guys. They even had guys like Mr. Perfect in there, the Big Boss Man, these big names. And some of them didn't even get used at DDP because they just had too many guys on the roster. It was star-studded. It was a who's who. The Undertaker, Kane, Triple H, X-Pac. All those guys were there. You had all those wrestlers involved in it. They were like oversaturated with talent. They didn't even know how to use half of them. And that was the exciting thing. It was like, yeah, that's the whole reason why they did the brand split, is because they just had way too much talent and they were trying to give opportunities to other guys. But now they don't have these guys anymore. There's no Batista. There's no these other big stars that could come in, unless they could sign a couple more guys like Kurt Angle, Jeff Hardy, some really big, huge names, bring some guys back. It's not going to really amount to much. But I know what they're going to do. They're going to try to just they're gonna throw all the NXT guys in there. Half of them are not gonna be ready. Oh, Brad, they keep telling me I'm stuck in the past. Then tell me why a guy like Apollo Crews is not over. There's a great example. Here's a guy with a lot of God-given ability, a lot of talent, the acrobatic guy, can do things in the ring that no one else could do. Why is he not over? They haven't given a reason to care about him. Just because they're doing a brand split doesn't mean all of a sudden they're going to change their whole way. Remember, they just got finished telling us it's a new era and they didn't change a goddamn fucking thing. And we're supposed to sit here like a bunch of dummies and say, oh, it's the brand split. Things are changing. No, they're not changing at all. They're staying the same. They've just led you to believe that they're going to change their ways, and they've been doing this for fucking years. They kept telling us there was going to be a new era. Things were going to change. When CM Punk cut that pipe bomb promo, that we were led to believe that things were going to change, and they only got worse, motherfuckers. Only got worse. So how are we going to believe that this brand split is going to lead into the new era like they're saying it's going to? Or is this even the new era? Is this a newer era, though different than the new era that we had 5 weeks ago, that they just announced 5 fucking weeks ago? Um, the draft, the brand extension led to bad ratings. Stop lying to yourselves, doing the revisionist history. Let's actually look at the facts here. Go online, Google those episodes. You will notice that since they did that, that was when SmackDown's ratings went, ew. And actually, a lot of times, SmackDown was the better show. For example, in 2003, I enjoyed Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle's feud more than Triple H's feud with Goldberg, for example. They had better feuds on SmackDown half the time, but more people were watching Raw. But, they split up the talent roster, and more people wanted. See, the thing is, because Raw is just on at a better time. It's Monday night. It's when everybody is watching TV. It is the prime slot to put your show, pretty much. It's been pretty much confirmed. Sunday night, Monday night, those are the 2 top times you want to have your program at. If you noticed them changing SmackDown's time around hasn't amounted to much at all. They're not going to amount to anything by keeping the way how it's going. It's pretty much solidified. The only way that they could get people to care about SmackDown is if the product is actually fucking good. If they actually go back to their old ways and actually have major star power, storylines that matter, edgy content that with cliffhangers that keeps you coming back for more interesting feuds. These are the things that WWE doesn't have at the moment. So it doesn't matter when it's being aired or anything like that. But at the moment it's Raw gets more ratings pretty much. Not that they care about it more, but it's because of the time that it's on. It's better. And when they did the draft, the ratings sank for SmackDown. It sank for Raw too, but more for SmackDown. It was a lot of reasons. The drop in quality. They didn't really give people enough of a reason to care like they used to. And the funny thing is, like in 2002 and 2003, it's not necessarily that the show was bad. It was actually decent, but it just wasn't as good. Now we see years later, now it's bad. So pretty much, let's not lie. The brand extension was responsible for the ratings taking a dive. And we got our last reason here. Fans wanted the draft to end. As I said earlier in the video and yesterday when I made my other video about the announcement, people couldn't wait for the brand split to end. First of all, they were doing super shows. They were putting both Raw and SmackDown guys together almost on every single Raw because why? They had the same problem that they have today. Not enough big stars. Even when CM Punk and Daniel Bryan were active, they still didn't have enough big stars. It was still a thin talent pool. And now, people are saying they want the brand split back. You couldn't wait for it to end. Somebody's pointing my attention towards a poll. What poll is that? People couldn't wait. People were thrilled when they were fusing the two titles together. They were saying that how that SmackDown World Heavyweight title was a jobber title. They couldn't wait until that title was out of there. Because it didn't even make any sense. They had two world titles floating around. There was no brand extension. It made no fucking sense at all that they had that floating around. Now, there might be a possibility of another title, or they could just have the champion go between both shows. It depends. It depends on how they present this. But what we have to keep in mind is that the product is a lot worse now. We've got a PG product. We've got lousy fucking writers that are, compared to the writers they used to have. We're This is not the same brand extension that they had back in 2002. It's a lot different of a landscape. So they're going to do things a lot shittier with a lot less finesse. And so I'm telling you, you guys are excited about it now, but wait till it happens. Wait till it happens, and you're going to see. When you watch Raw, you're just going to see less guys, even less star power. And the place is going to be some boring NXT guys that they're going to throw out there. And I'm telling you, I really truly believe that this is going to be one of the biggest failures they've ever done, because they're going to go back to something that wasn't even successful in the first place. It actually hurt them. They're going to go back and try it again. That is a bad move. Why don't they go back and do what used to work for them? The Attitude Era style. This is what I don't understand. They repeat things over and over, but they do them instead of improving on them, like failed opportunities in the past. Instead of going back and trying to, recapture those missed opportunities, they just make things worse. The first brand extension wasn't even that great. They're going to go back and do it again with far less star power. So how is it going to succeed with all of this working against it? It's not being negative. It's not taking a shot at WWE. This is the funny thing about it. I'm negative about this. I try to, be honest about a certain wrestler with Roman Reigns. Try to compliment the guy. People are like, I can't take you seriously. And then I talk about a brand split, something that has been proven to not work for them, and they're doing it again. And once again, people tell me I'm being too negative. Like I said, you can't win here in the YWC. You're damned if you do. You're damned if you don't. The old cliche, because that's exactly how it is. Tell the truth, get attacked. It's that's how it works here. Sorry, guys, but this is just the truth. I know you want to see Sami Zayn grab the brass ring and all that, and that's all it is. You just care about that one guy, your false prophet that you got there. But that's just the truth of the matter. That's history. Those are the facts. Those are the ratings. Like Road Dogg says, ratings, ratings, ratings. They do matter, and time has shown, history has shown that the brand extension does not work for WWE. Thank you very much. Have a nice fucking day.